Well, hello. How are we this afternoon? There's no intro video. Let's just get right to Carlos. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's an expression, the jokes write themselves, but I've never heard of the expression, the stars firing themselves. These women are leaving you like rats on a sinking ship. These women are running away from you like Ike Turner. These women are running away from you like Future. These women are running away from you like bacterial vaginono, because working with you, Carlos, appears to be a no-no. These women are running away from you like Fleshmans. These women are running away from you with the left foot, right foot. These women are leaving you and you're a sissy and you can't even keep a woman. What does this mean? What does this mean? Melody said, thank you for your services. For your services. After 9 seasons of putting up with your ass, she said, I finally have enough money to leave. In 2008, I decided to share my life with the world as a cast member on the Oprah Winfrey Network's Love and Marriage Huntsville. Then I had no clue what to expect. I only knew bringing this show to fruition had been a goal of mine and would be another one that I could knock off the list. Because of the time spent on the show, much of my life is now documented and sealed in history, and I've been presented with opportunities beyond my wildest dreams. But this chapter must come to a close because Carlos King ain't shit. Now, she didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing. But it's because Carlos King ain't shit. Wow. I mean, a show that she herself said I brought to fruition, and you're leaving. And you're leaving after 10 years. How the hell you gonna leave your own shit? That's like me saying, all right, I'm leaving the channel, y'all. I'm stepping aside and letting Bronx take over. What the hell? Oh, my goodness. My mouth got so dry talking about these dry little shows. But Carlos, I think the more interesting fact is we are seeing a true common denominator. You see, it's simple math, really. You have Carlos here as the common denominator. I mean, look, you see, everyone is over his bullshit. Notice, look at that. See how I did that? So Gucci, Todd Tucker and Candy Burris, Akeisha, Melody, Bravo. I forgot about Stormy and Monique. They're all over his bullshit. It is simple math because if you reduce this, who is the common denominator? Carlos, Cigarette King. A common denominator, y'all. A common denominator. It is simple math. Everyone is over his bullshit. I know. I am. I mean, when literally we can go through by the numbers This year, you have had 4 people quit. You have had literal percentages of your shows lost. Like you lost 20% of your cast over at Bell Collective. 20% of your cast said, I'm done. Left like a man leave Halle Berry with the quickness. With the quick basic, this ain't even algebra. This is fractions. This is fractions. And we are over your bullshit common denominator king. Big Los. Lord. You're the sign for lose. I ain't never known a king of reality that can't keep a subject. How are you the king of reality, but you can't keep a subject? That's what I want to know. You can't keep a subject. All these women are like, oh God. And they will tell you in a minute if you ask him on the street, don't work with him. Don't work with him. He gonna lie to you. Don't work with him. He gonna cheat you. Don't work with him. He ain't gonna treat you right. The white people will treat you better. The pink toes. When we say the pink toes are to be trusted and he is not, child, that's serious. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Weekend mom ain't got her kids on the weekend. Weekend mom too busy to parent every day. She ain't got no time to give no kids apple juice tonight. No, she going out to party right. That's your weekend mom. She might take them kids on the weeknight. Weekend mom. I know y'all love that one. So. Better head to Bravo and VH1. It seems like everyone keeps leaving for the same reason, his production BS. Girl, who gets on a reality show and runs for the border? I mean, reality, it seems to be something difficult to get, a coveted spot. I can only imagine how many lies Bryn told to get on the show. And now, over on Bravo with Andy Cole, those girls fight tooth and nail. They nurse their teeth to stay. And over on your girl, they work with you kicking and screaming. And Melody is a producer of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Sounds like Raisin Nut Brand. Remember them Raisin Nut Brand commercials? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But how do you leave a show you're producing? I mean, we've watched you treat all of your friends on this show like absolute poo-poo. Pee-pee. You treat them like a feces. And you still are walking out. I bet you find out Carlos King was conning you out of some funds. Now, I'm not saying that's a stealing sissy, even though I could. But, allegedly. But, I could see him being underhanded. I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he stole. But I could see him being unscrupulous in business. I could see him telling a lie of omission. To speculate on his character, because he's pretended in my face to act like, oh, I'm not stealing allegedly. Girl, you were stealing allegedly. You was trying to. Then you came out with merch like Lurch. Okay, girl. So you've tried to play in my own face. You've tried to play in my face. So I could see you playing in Melody's face. If you'll do it here, you'll do it there. And I don't even know you, ho. And it's safe to say I don't want to. Do you know how miserable you have to be to leave a show you created as an easy check? Pretty damn sad. Pretty damn sad. Huntsville turned out to be a disappointment. I mean, with the fact that they couldn't get the comeback group to go anywhere, let me know that it was some bullshit. But Carlos, I mean, by the numbers, you can't keep talent. At first, you know, we have ridden with you, the audience, the audience. We have ridden with you. We have given you chance after chance after chance after chance. Does anyone remember Love and Marriage? Charlotte. With that girl with the thick neck? With that real thick neck? I remember. Pepperidge Farm. I think they had 2 seasons. And girl came and went like a fart. Like a fart. Let's not forget cutting it in the ATL, selling it in the NY, in the ATL, everything in the ATL. You did everything except for shitting in the ATL. You did a reality show in the ATL. Remember Moesha from selling it in the ATL? And you would have these little shows and then just run them into the ground. And these women would never, they would never get along on set, but that was, you know, the show. But it would always get so hyped and so crazy that the shit would get canceled. Remember that heifer that had all them weave stores? Cutting it in the ATL. He be having selling it was, I think, 2 or 3 seasons, but these are shows that should have done something, that should have been something. And now we are seeing, baby, it's you. It's you. You are burning your bridges. I more and more believe every day about that Phaedra rumor, or something just popped into my mind. Something just popped in. Maybe the reason that Carlos doesn't work with Bravo is way worse. Maybe the lie he told was much more disgusting or much more foul. Or he did something that violated their contract. I could see it. I could see it because he just keeps wanting to tell that same pat answer. I left to pursue better opportunity. We ain't seen that better opportunity. We never saw you running after a better opportunity. You were at Bravo. You were at the pinnacle. You were as good as it was going to get for reality TV. You don't produce scripted. And we see why, because anybody truly talented wouldn't put up with your shit. Oh my God. What happened to Hollywood Divas? Baby, it's you. All these shows you've driven into the fucking ground. Elise Neal's head still hurts. I don't know if it does. I just like Elise Neal, and I'm never letting it go that you let that light fall on her head. But the second that light fell on her head, that's when they found out they didn't have the right insurance, and they had to pay for that MRI out of pocket. And that's what bankrupted the show, and that's why they don't work together no more. Tell it, Carlos. Tell it. Tell it if I'm wrong. That's what I heard. I'm only reporting on the rumors and the gossip. I heard. Now, it was reported on TMZ that light fell on her head. The rumor was that y'all didn't have the proper insurance and you had to pay out of pocket for the medical bills. And then the show ended up going into debt, $500,000. And who had to open up their purse but Candy Birds? What's going on, King? If it ain't true, come on my show and let's talk about it. Come into the real hot seat where the people can ask you questions. I'll merely be a facilitator. A better opportunity is hiding. oh, oh, that's funny. Oh, oh, that's good. Oh, that is very good. Hiding. Oh my God. Malaysia Slay, the queen of the quick weave, the Decatur quick weave, and the 27-step wig. And the 27-step wig. Shout out to Tamika on TikTok. She is a wig creator and hair person on TikTok. And she has this skit with Miss Shirley and her 27-step wig. And I get such a kick out of her. So if you ever see her over on TikTok, give her a follow. It's Tomeika, I think. You know there's a couple different ways to spell Tamika, but yeah, I enjoy the hell out of her. 27-step wig that I paid for. Girl, Kingdom Reign broke. He does produce scripted TV. He does produce scripted TV. All his shows have the same plot line. I can't even say nothing against that. Girl, what happened to Ankh? Oh, amen. And also, it's like these people really will not work with you again. And I don't know if it's the shows seem to do okay. So is it that you just aren't sharing the wealth? Is it you're a stingy little sissy? Because we've heard that your paychecks are paltry, a pittance. Couldn't even buy some Payless pumps for the after party. That's what I heard. Just what I heard. This is the allegedly show. It's just the word. The next 15, oh girl, a one season wonder. I sat and wondered why. But Karamo did get Queer Eye from that. Karamo did get Queer Eye for that, and that led Karamo to getting a talk show and some other stuff. So I'm not mad for Karamo. Didn't do anything for Claudia. Claudia's tenacious. Claudia always gonna get a job because Claudia went on and got other stuff and does Tubi movies. And if it wasn't for Funky Dineva fucking up the rotation, they would have had but the shit they was doing on Fox Soul that they should have hired me for because we'd still be doing it. But you think some people gonna get you better numbers, then they take them numbers with them when they leave. That's the thing. Fox Soul never had an authentic audience. Y'all had Funky's fans. And Funky reminded y'all of that and walked with them fans when he left. So y'all played the game. I mean, let's be real. That's his audience. That was his audience and nothing but. Oh, and we did get Tiffany Pollard back. Oh, I don't want to give him credit for that. But it's true. Oh, God. I have to say something good about Carlos King on my platform. But the truth is the truth, and we honor the truth here above all. Because it really ain't that damn serious. It really ain't. Honestly, we sitting around laughing like, well, who's gonna be the star of Love and Marriage Huntsville now? But honest to God, while I have you, is there a point in the show without Melody? Can Melody exist without Love and Marriage, or does she just go back to milking cows? Like, is there a stool calling her name? Is there a tractor yearning for her ass? 'Cause I want her to go back to whatever she was doing before. And wasn't she doing landscaping? Farming? I don't know what they do in Mississippi. I know she had a scallop on her head and looked like she just got off a hayride. Claudia works with Mel's production company. Well, then they need to hire my ass and we could do a Hot Topic show because I don't have issues with Claudia. I like her. Nell's foot. I don't know why that made me laugh, but Nell's foot. What about Nell's foot? And she's making big TikTok property preservation. Nell's foot. Oh no, what happened to Nell's foot? I don't know how Nell's foot became a topic, but I guess the producers, Nell looked like she didn't live a good life though. I'm surprised she got bad feet. She looked like she didn't always had a couple dollars. Ooh, damn. That's not coffee, that's octane. Oh God, not Nell's foot can be the star of the show. Jesus, it's that bad. It's that bad. Nell's foot is that bad. But I don't, because I will say, do I think Mel has star power? On this show, she does. In the world, no. Like, would I share the stage with Melody Cherie? Do I think she could keep? Actually, I want to know that from y'all. Do y'all think Melody could keep up with me entertaining an audience on stage? Do you think she would be a good co-host? She doesn't have a bad voice. I could say that. I would have to see her sense of humor. I've never seen her just try to be funny, so I'm not going to shoot it down. I'm not going to shoot it down. Now, somebody said yes. I mean, she is, like, I'm saying she is on TV. You would stay behind the scenes if you were Mel. Guest host at best. Those people were never her friends. They were backstabbing leeches. Well, tell us how you really feel. Sonia said, I'm saying it all. Backstabbing leeches. I can see her on a property show doing renovation. Oh, yes. Now that I love that idea. I love that idea, Miss Shug. I love the idea of the second act, of a pivot, of okay, I've grown this brand, but child, I ain't got time to talk about my messy life and my messy friends anymore. But I can help you not fix your life, but make your life more comfortable. Let's talk about Nook. works. Now we have so like I could because she does like the construction and all like I could see her doing stuff like that and showing you like how you could do stuff for yourself and just that would be really cute. That would be awesome and also great for women on their own that want to get into stuff like that. I could see it. I could see that working and it really working because we have a black woman in a non-traditional space. I would bring the funny out of her. I would try. Well, I would love to gently poke fun at how we met her as Scallop Head because that's what got me to watch the show. And I love an interesting hairstyle. So it's like, it's not shade. It might sound shady, the Scallop Head, but that's what we all affectionately know it as because you had this cute little scallop of hair on your head. It was just this cute little scallop curl in front. It just gave scallop. It was so delightfully three-dimensional. Whenever I see it, I call it a scallop curl because it looks like a scallop when you think about it. Or maybe it's just me because I'm hungry most times. Now I want scallops. I should have gotten some scallops before I recorded this. I don't know what I was thinking. But okay. So I could definitely see Mel moving into her. You can see what's on HGTV. I could see her moving into that. That would be cute. That would be great. But who is going to replace her on Love and Marriage? Huntsville. Will it be Coleslaw? Will we finally get the replacement? Will we? I mean, the fact that there was a rumor that they were trying to groom Destiny for a threesome. First off, I'm sorry, Destiny is 40. Destiny is a 45, 48-year-old woman. And you're pretty, but you can't groom an adult. You just that's a grown woman. If she want it, she gonna do it. If she don't, she won't. Ain't no grooming. I'm tired of the word. Like we can't use the word. Once you are an adult, it's your choice. Nobody was grooming a 50-year-old woman for a threesome. Triggering Big Backery got me in the drive-through. Ooh, Shady Gal said Coleslaw's gonna come on because Carlos King is petty. Well, I mean, Carlos King has to keep a show going, and since he can't keep a cast, I couldn't imagine having all these cast members quit. I would be so embarrassed. I would be mortified. And like you can understand, like TV ain't for everybody. Some people are gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go. And a lot of us thought when Monique left DC, oh, it's her. She's the bad fit. She's the issue. She's the common denominator. But here we are years later, and we find out she wasn't making nothing but 2 cents and getting treated like shit. We'd have walked on too. We'd have walked on too. At that age, 3 people in bed are a hassle. Oh, her and Martell were on HGTV for a minute renovating houses. I feel like if I was Mel, I would have let him cheat in peace. I would have kept his ass for the business image and let him cheat in peace. And let him cheat in peace. I would have gone over. I would have brought that heifer dinner every Sunday. Please keep fucking him because I don't have time. I actually have a business to run. It would have been such an arrangement. I would have moved, because I would have moved my shits out of the relationship. Martell would have been good for business as, the black love couple, the handsome couple, and all that. That's exactly what I would have used his ass for, to keep feeding my children, to keep feeding them kids, because that's who this is really about. And that way it's like, look, and the truth is, I look at my children and say, we fell out of love that way. And that happens. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. That's going to be most of your life, sadly, is falling out of love with someone. You fall in love and then you fall out of love. You fall in love and then you fall out of love. That is a horrible truth. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and act like that ain't what happened. That's what happened. And we're going to be fine. It doesn't mean we fall out of love with you. But yeah, we fell out of love with each other. At least they get it. And the checks would keep clearing. That's all I could do. That is all I could do. Because I feel like there is no quote unquote letting her win, letting her lose. That relationship is going on regardless of my feelings. They will continue to hunch on the haunch. I ain't got shit to do with it. But what I can affect are these checks. And I know we look good together and our shit sells. I ain't fucking up the money. I ain't fucking up the money. I ain't fucking up the money. And having to exactly cheat in peace until the money turns funny. And that's why we're going to keep that image, because the image is what sells. It ain't us. It ain't truth. It's the image. So why fuck up the coin? So Mel had gotten to that place with Carlos and still had to walk away from the coin. Which means, well, now here's something that I heard. Hold on now. Here's some tea. Now, I don't know if this is true. It's alleged. But I'll put it out there. So now here's your quote. I knew it was coming after she did a live. She said Carlos wanted to be her TV manager and she declined. Afterwards, she was getting hate from the cast and Carlos's attitude and said it was a hostile work environment.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Attitude.
I found this on the web.
Are you hearing this, Siri? Just all up in the conversation. But wanted to be her TV manager, aka take 20% a gig. 20% a gig. 20% a gig. I have thought about, like, I'm not at the point of really, really needing management, but sometimes if you can find management a little early, it's one of those things where you don't need it until you need it, and then when you need it that day, and it's like, oh, you really should have done like maybe 6 months of research on this and on what type of agency. So it's one of those things where you don't need it till you need it, but then when you need it, you need it. I've dealt with that, and yeah, that's a money grab. That's a money grab. I would rather go with an attorney than an agent of any kind. I'm just going with an attorney because they more want your long-term business. So they don't take as much to negotiate per deal, but they're also incredibly trained negotiators. So they're going to get you a good deal. And I like a lawyer because they will lose their law license if they act in a way that is not beneficial to the client because they have a fiduciary responsibility. A manager may not always be bound by a fiduciary responsibility. Keyword, fiduciary responsibility. It has to be involved. If they don't have fiduciary, then they can just tell you whatever. And it's like, well, yeah, you're paying them to give you advice, but you could pay anybody to give you advice. It doesn't mean they're responsible. Like you can't be a financial advisor without certain classes and Series 6 and whatnot because you have the fiduciary responsibility, which means if you give me something real off the wall, I can sue your ass and get my money back. Would I let Carlos manage me? You just want me to explode, don't you? You just want to see me just go. You don't want me to exist anymore. He wouldn't protect Melody on the show, but had the nerve to want to be her manager. Right. Although I mean, that show had a lot of questions for me. Oh God, thank you, Dion. Thank you so much. I might get some pizza. I actually am thinking I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. So it's that wonderful time. Carlos gonna take all of Alex's antics. Show is. So his shows are actually hemorrhaging money, not hemorrhaging, not an internal hemorrhage of funds. I tell you what, I tell you who. Who wants to shimmy on in and also discuss the kingdom? What should we call this? The kingdom reign exodus? You know what? Ooh, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but we're going to say it. We're going to say it together as a group of aunties chilling in the evening. Tyler Renee Perry. You don't ever hear this nonsense. When people go to work for Tyler Renee Perry, they put their cap of a wig on and collect that check. Tyler Renee Perry is famous for paying Black actors what they are worth. Tyler Renee. Why isn't this going on over at Kingdom Reign? I want to know. I want answers. I want answers. Tyler Renee Perry has given the blueprint. Why isn't Carlos following it? That's because Tyler pays the good lawyers to play these fools. Exactly. Monique, Winter, Akeisha, Soguchi, Melody. Because because Martell's business ventures. Well, I said I can't even. Martell's business ventures fail time after time. I agree. After he for season 10. All right, we have Sky and one of our favorite folk, but Bougie, in the chat with us.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Hey, Alex.
How are we? How are we feeling about this latest departure? Because he got to feel this one.
Wait a minute. You forgot to put one more person up there. You said stormy. We forgot the other weather, winter.
Oh, that's right.
That is a lot. That's winter.
That's a lot. That's like three from each show.
And Winter told us a long time ago about how
Yes,
he
he
does
did.
the seasons with the contracts. So you can't
Actually,
renew.
both winters did.
Oh, Shady Gal's in here too. Oh God, that
It's never going away,
oh
baby.
God, yes. Oh, this is the auntie hour we needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alex, check your phone. You talked about you want to see Nail's foot.
Oh God,
Yeah,
don't
oh.
see him there. Don't give him
You
nightmares.
know you did.
Oh,
They're
where's
like
the
outdoor foot.
She
It
twisted
looks
her ankle, but I can't understand why that big toenail wasn't cut.
Could
No,
you
It's a
imagine him
bounce.
looking at
not a nail, that's a talon.
that's
You
a
can sniff
talent.
powder with that nail, as long as it is. You can sniff some good powder with that. Might
Hey,
get a little
some good
fungus with
white,
it, but you can
some
sniff.
good pink toe powder, huh?
Mm-hmm. That ain't the powder I'm talking about, but she was sniffing with it.
I
That
mean,
long nail.
It's the DEI power. Is
it's
that one?
giving me call. It's giving me bird of prey.
Both are. Their feet look like they grow potatoes.
Oh,
Well, baby, she is from Huntsville now. You know, Huntsville ain't had a Walmart. They only got it maybe 30 years ago. You
Shut
act like it's
up.
New York. This Huntsville. Ain't nothing
Oh
out
my
there but the
God.
stones, the birds, and the spirits.
And Montel's squeeze balls.
Yep.
If you don't start putting on their Power Ranger suits,
Well,
I
he has to
oh,
take new
can
skills.
can we talk about the fact that the intro looks like some type of David Bridal commercial?
oh
Why?
Why?
my,
All the dresses came from David's bridal.
shut up.
Yep.
You look at it and tell.
I
I
thought it was a quinceanera for a black girl.
I've seen better.
what is a quinceanera for a black girl? A prom?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
baby shower.
No,
Oh,
No.
no,
nah,
no,
we just
no.
went
A
there. We
Everybody
just
know
prom.
the
stopped.
It's a
experience Teen
prom. We
Lord.
ain't doing.
Pregnancy.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. It's a prom. It's a
Well,
prom.
there are some black people that the prom
Well,
is
if you look at
a
Ashanti's last baby shower, you would see what I'm talking about. Look like a prom.
It did. But she
That
waited
dress
40
is
years
all
to
kind
have
of
that
mess.
baby.
I
I
was
have
gonna
a
say I,
quinceanera
I,
too.
I could see it because Ashanti's trying to recapture her youth, having her first kid at 41. Like we're the same age. So she waited. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure. I'm not even mad at her. She said, I'm gonna make sure.
But
Well, at least she waited because she sung "Baby, Baby, Baby" like 20 years ago, so
yeah,
she brought it to fruition now.
I kind of feel
Mhm.
I kind of feel sorry for Ashanti because when she decided to spin the block and get back with old boy, he gets arrested and then he performs for Dump. It's like, damn.
Well, I'm allegedly a little tea here. You know,
Uh huh.
they've been working the circuit. You know what used to be back in the day, the Chitlin circuit
Yeah.
Uh
that
huh.
Beyonce tried to copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
they've been working at all of the big casinos around the countries because they need the coin.
That's
So,
supposed
you
to be
know,
a reality
I
show,
don't
right?
agree with him performing for Trump, but he got another one on the way and just had one with Ashanti. He need his money.
But they're
Child
supposed to
support
be
ain't cheap.
dropping a reality show. I'm like, is anybody gonna watch it now?
Yeah, woo, girl, A to the men. Yep, you're absolutely right. They were doing a reality show on Peacock, no less, which is, Bravo, and that was going to be a good look. But now with him pulling that inauguration stunt, you like Snoop Dogg lost 600,000 followers. Like we're not the black audience that you need.
Yeah.
We ain't here. We are
Yep,
not.
that's
We are
true.
watching something else.
Do anyone feel like it was something internally wrong with seeing so many black um, Uncle Toms get up there and shuck and jive? I don't care if they said they did it for a crypto party. It was for Trump.
I
See,
know. My soul. I couldn't. I
see,
know. I could not. And like I have issues serving under the Bush administration, and I didn't have any option. I joined
That's
now because this is how old I am. When I joined the army, it was Clinton because I joined August the year 2000. We didn't elect Bush until that November when I was busy in basic training. I was still 17 and couldn't even vote at the time.
okay. I think it is. I think the problem is, especially with Snoop, because of everything he said the first go round with Donald Trump.
yep.
Everybody saw the infamous video. But see, my thing is what a lot of people don't get, and Alex, I'm gonna say another YouTuber's name. Like Funky says, he black like this, but not like this.
Hmm.
And see, a lot of these entertainers, it's about the taxes and the money. Even Mark Cuban, who the billionaire, Shark Tank, he said he used to kind of be down before, kind of like with Trump, and then he saw what he was doing, and he was like, yes, Trump was very good for my taxes, but he was like, morally, I can't get down with him. And see, I think the thing that really burns up a lot of black people is the number of white people who are even looking at Snoop going, really? Nobody really cares about Nelly. Nobody really cares about Soulja Boy. He need every dollar he can get. Nobody really cares about Rick Ross. But Snoop Dogg crossed. He crossed over. He was at the Olympics. He does with Martha Stewart. So not just the black people, left him. The white folk are leaving him too.
Yeah, because Snoop
Oh,
didn't need
he's
the check.
losing his new white liberal fans from his Martha time. That's
Yep.
why he's upset. Those are your brand fans. Those are the fans that you care about because they're getting you those sponsorship deals.
Yeah. But I'm not worried about Trump because his day is coming. I think the whole thing, the girls is fighting, it's going to all implode. That's why I'm not even losing sleep.
I'm enjoying watching all the different shades of toes pop out and cry about their benefits getting cut, and do they not know that they have a family, and men are complaining that their wives are getting deported. That's in Congress. um it's almost a little bit satisfying to know that they didn't think that DEI was going to refer to them.
As
Yeah.
that wonderful lady says on TikTok, I didn't think the lepers would eat my face. Baby, when I tell you it brings a chuckle and joy to my poor dark black heart, I love it.
It's a girl on Etsy
Across the
selling.
board.
She's selling leopards eat my face shirts to
Hmm.
mock those
We
people.
we should buy those because when I
Um,
tell you she wasn't missing.
yeah, it's a YouTuber. Oh God, Bourbon Bougie. She has it on hers. You would like her, Alex. But the thing that gets me, which a lot of black people didn't understand, I understand because I've been around a lot of Hispanic people. See, they thought, oh, you talking about those Venezuelans, those Mexicans, not me, girl. See, they didn't understand Trump. Anybody who speaks Spanish, you need to get deported.
Yes. He sees you all as Mexicans.
They get
You're all the
confused
same.
because when they're next to us, they get treated. They think they're treated like they're white, and it's like, no, baby.
Especially the white Cubans. Oh, they really got shot.
Or the other ones that are very white passing. That you kind of got to do a double take, or you have to know a little something to be like, oh, okay, I can see this or that. But you also know the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, they will spot you in a minute as not one of them, and they will give you that same treatment. It's just While I'm around, I will be the focus. But maybe the second I step out, who do you think is center stage for that energy?
But see
It's
what?
you.
Yeah. But see
And now they're finding that out. We've stepped aside and now they've taken center stage.
But see what I'm waiting on? I'm waiting on for somebody in administration that's gonna be petty and gonna start looking at these white folk that's over here illegal from Europe and all these other countries. Are y'all gonna get deported? Because it's
And,
gonna
and, and
mean,
the
he
other
got to
thing that I
deport
was
his wife first.
the other thing I was trying to figure this one out. You just mentioned Melania. Melania parents aren't from here. So does that mean that his son Baron gotta go?
I mean, with him trying to repeal birthright, Barry might have to go back to
yeah,
Slovenia.
Hmm. Oh,
Get,
okay.
get
My
him out.
suitcase.
Get him out.
yeah. There is
Hmm.
there is this company that I found because I work in Chicago, so I was at this festival. It's run by some young white ladies, very cool. It's called, I think it's called 20something.com. They have a card and I bought it. And it basically says, do it with the confidence of a mediocre white man. And I think about all the people that Trump is putting in these positions, they're all mediocre white men. That's why I'm not stressing over nothing.
You shouldn't, because when he says DEI, he's not talking about people of color. He's talking to you, pink-toe women. You're DEI.
Ooh,
Thank
You
you.
ooh,
benefit the
Thank
most.
you.
ooh.
But see, that's
That's
what
why
I
you're
hate about
veterans.
us
You
as a
are
community.
DEI.
Black
It's not
folks sat up
us.
here and lost their mind over this shit, and we're such a excuse, I mean curse. We're such a small percentage of it. And the white women go about to get ate up.
They didn't eat up. Roe v. Wade had nothing to
Girl,
do with us.
bro,
It
you
was
have
about
And,
them.
such.
another thing that I was trying to figure out, if we're supposed to be going back to where they say that we're from, since they were laughing at black people, me and my niece kind of figured something out and been like, so, oh, we see who the new niggers is about to be, who the new
Woo!
Native American is about to be, and that's the pink toe who's giving up her rights to the government, trying to prevent more births from happening. It's now going to be them. So who's going to have to be the nigger in the field now?
Yeah,
It's got to be them. It ain't going to be a white man.
because we ain't picking nothing. You
We
should.
don't. They didn't ship us back, right?
They were already complaining in the last administration. A lot of these people that own farms and stuff, the people that they used
Mm-hmm.
to have come every year, didn't come back, so the food is rotting in the field. Now,
Mm-hmm.
unless they're gonna take prisoners out of prison and put them out there, yeah, it's about to be jacked.
Sweetie, you just hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what he's going to do.
And then he put in his own administration for the CDC, so that's going to be over the Food and Drug Administration, and they idiots.
I will say, I I've also for like this is where the mediocre white man comes in because they, like you said, oh, they might try to use prisoners. It's the same. I'm gonna say no to that because the same reason why I say no to there would be like people talk about a draft and I just shake my head. I'm like, that'll never happen. A draft will not like believe me, honey. If a draft happens, it we ain't no really ain't no hope. I'll tell you that right now. If you hear draft, give it up. Give it up, turn it loose, like in Vogue. Give it up, turn it
I think
loose.
it's going to look like Gangs in New York, like the movie. If they try to do a draft, it's going to look like Gangs in New York.
It's gonna be a
You
lot
Yeah.
of
wouldn't
it's gonna be a lot of people in
think.
Canada.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's just like we don't live in that world anymore. We have too much
mhm.
information now. And also people know how to effectively protest. And as someone that was in the military, if you don't want to be there, we don't need you there. It doesn't
Yep.
work like I
Mhm.
don't know how the draft really worked in the 70s, and it didn't because it was a losing war.
Right. It
If you're
was.
trying
Mm-hmm.
to get something done and not just, kind of send people to perish, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because they are going to fuck it up.
But free
It's
people
fun
don't
for
want war, so
army.
we don't want to be in war with no one. You know, if we're free people, it's the angry birds that feel like they have all the rights to everything. But it's enough riches for everyone to have. It's just greed.
But I say that to say it would be the same thing with prisoners picking food. The last thing
Mhm.
you want them doing is handling America's. They're going to fuck it up. They're going to fuck it up.
In some states, they do have
Get out
agricultural,
there, and here's what they're
especially in
going to
the
do.
South.
They're going to start biting the produce, and you're going to have like half-eaten damn apples. They're going to show, like, you know how, like a perfect example, like how they tried to get rid of TikTok and everybody went over to Red Note. That is the spirit of an American, where if you try to make us do something we don't want to do, we will go so the opposite direction you will regret trying. They hurried up and put TikTok back because they're like, okay. Before they really prove a point, let's just stop it now.
Right, because I was over there with that song. Oh, she, Chasu, ha, I was over there.
She not souffrance. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
everybody get a little bit of
picture.
Mandarin on. We all got a little bit of our Mandarin on.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Be more sure just said a plane crash near a mall in Philly. What?
Damn.
Oh my God.
Not another one.
This mofo ain't been in office 2 weeks.
Girl, he fired most of the FAA.
Look, we about to lead the drive with us.
A buyout.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, I'm wrong for laughing. I'm sorry. That timing was just I hadn't heard that in so long. Girl, that was a core memory unlocked. You said, look, you have to leave the driver to us.
I can't. I'm gonna need to call my ex. He used to be an air traffic controller in the military, and he told me how it was. Whoa, this is awful. This is horrible.
But yeah, I feel like they
another one.
I don't want them to try to, they were lucky that they were able to use the prisoners in California for the fires. And I also think it's because they can then get out and become fired people or something. But yeah.
My brother actually graduated from that academy from juvenile hall, from from YA. He joined that.
You know what? That's so cool, Scott, because I listened to Nightcap with Uncle Ocho. So they had a brother on there that did the same thing. Got out, he was doing that while he was in prison. Got out. Now he's a fire chief, and he has like this charity to help people into, the occupation of being a firefighter. And he said that's the thing that saved him when he did that when he was in jail. The same thing. Got him a new career and everything.
Well, when you're trying to really rehabilitate people and get them back into society, you got to give them a skill. You can't just have them up there slaving.
Most of the issue is they didn't have a career in the first place.
Yep. Keisha Cole's mama did that, Frankie. When I used to look at that show, I remember she was talking about that. She talked about they were doing something. She was talking about they needed to clear off some brush and do something about one of the daughter's houses. She said when she was in jail, she learned about the fire.
Right, because I ain't never met a crackhead who ain't willing to work. They'll smoke all day, and they work just as hard to get to smoke.
You right.
You ain't never met a lazy crackhead.
That's true. You are so right. You know what? Let's get on a lighter note. We done got down. Sorry. We're an intelligent group here. We have to have a moment of intelligence and the rest just be ratchet. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to maybe watch next season, maybe the first 1 or 2 shows, because see, now that Mel is not the target anymore, the girls are going to be fighting. Because
to work for their check.
Martell gonna really have to earn that check now. I'm ready for all the business to be spilt.
And why do he always got something to tell on somebody, and he never provides the proof to anything? He's been saying this about him for the longest. He's been having stuff on Marcel, and the other one, and he never produced the receipt.
Okay, first.
No longer used on the show.
I want to say something. I think it is time for us, as the audience, as a group, to start treating Martell like Bryn, like a tragic mulatto who lies.
Well, he had the Civil War costume on last episode.
Look, leave him alone.
Looking like a buffalo soldier in the dirt. Looking like a member of the band Lakeside. You old heads know about that.
I was just watching Wyatt Earp yesterday.
But he like, we know he lies. We know he doesn't present proof. So I think we start giving him sure Jan. Why give him the clout where he always, because one, who's cheating with Marcel? Let's look at Marcel, who's willingly giving up the puss other than Mealy Mouth Tisha, who saw him as a ticket out the projects.
Oh God.
Have you been to Huntsville, honey?
She said they just got a Walmart 30 years ago.
I was like, Marcel got all his teeth. You know, that's a really big feature down south. That's really
No,
attractive.
it's not.
What's not a big
What's
not a
he
big
got a
feature?
vasectomy.
What's not a big
Good.
feature? Who said what's
He
a
shop
big
at the Good Belks.
The good
White
Belk.
World.
I'm originally from South Carolina. I know about the Belks. My town, when Walmart came, it was like standing room only. It was a
In a
big
Walmart?
celebration. Sam
Yes.
Walton came to our town because we had a
Oh.
Kmart, then we got Walmart, balling out of control. You better ask somebody.
Y'all probably have more than one Chinese place, you know, like the one Chinese place that only take cash. They got them big chicken wings.
Sis, back then, we had a Chinese spot. We had one Chinese family. Well, they was from Vietnam. Moved in to the old Sonic because the Sonic shut down. That's how country the town I came from. So when Walmart came, it was great because then people didn't have to drive 45 minutes to an hour to the capital to go to a Walmart.
Raquel told they have more than 2 Walmarts actually. Do they have it or does Madison have it? Well, bigger question. Is Martell even filming? Because I heard he wasn't filming.
Now, I listened to another channel and somebody said in the comments they heard he had signed a contract. Oh, I just want to say something right quick. Kayla Mathis in the chat, she said that we were talking about the firefighter organization. That's her cousin's organization. Hey, Kayla, can you put a comment of the actual name? Because I did want to donate to it. Maybe we could help the brother out in this time of need. If you could do that, if that's all right. Just to do something good on this Good Friday.
And thank God it's raining, so we can get them some help down there because it's crazy.
Well, I have cousins who are in
I'm in the
They're
Bay
more worried
Area with
about the
Chris. I mean
mud
with
right now.
Alex.
Mm-hmm.
My cousins who are in Altadena said they're kind of worried about the rain because it's causing mud because there's no brush anymore. It's just, everything's burnt.
Yeah,
So it's
Wow.
causing mudslides.
that is the whole catch to it all. You got one disaster, and then you have another one, and that's common. That is gonna anytime they use water, it's gonna be mudslides and things like that. But at least it helps them along as far as with the fire part
Yeah.
and being able to contain the hot spots. The mudslides are very deadly here too.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
So it's a
Not the
catch-22.
collective.
But yeah, because who do y'all think is gonna fight first? Because I'm like, Kimmy and Tisha, they know that their husbands cheat. So I'm like, something's going to get exposed first. Because see, if Martell tells it all, then there's no point in the show.
I think it's gonna be. I think Big Neck. I think Big Neck and what's her name? She's gonna start with Kimmy.
I
Kimmy
think
is gonna
Nell's big toe is going to fight the tip of that shoe first.
shut up.
And the shoe going
Nell's big toe and the top of that shoe going at it.
You see when she went dancing? And they went dancing, and the top of that shoe looked like a car accident, like a plane crash into it.
Baby, she had on cliffhangers. Them toes
Oh my
was
God.
hanging for the life.
Do y'all realize Kimmy and Nell, I think, are the only people on this show that don't have a mugshot?
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, because Destiny seemed to be collecting them over men that weren't interested. Oh,
Like
but
that.
also
Infinity Stones.
Destiny, like I need her to also quit
me
because
too.
I watched episode 1 of season 9, and I've never seen any human embarrass themselves so thoroughly sober. I mean, I've seen it drunk because we all saw Karen Huger talk about being Tommy J's concubine, but this Destiny was a close second while sober. When you said, well, you may have the hardware, but I have the heartstrings.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have the heartstring. Girl, you don't have, you have delusion.
And
Girl,
it
you got
feels
a
like
hard case.
Destiny don't
He's
keep a
talking
man.
about all over Huntsville. And please, he's bumping his gums. Talk is cheap, and so are you.
Yeah. I
And
sit
she's
here.
talking about someone go back to St. Louis. She's not even from Huntsville.
Exactly.
I thought she was from Detroit.
She is.
Well, go on
She's
back
not from
there.
Huntsville. She was telling Sonny and the guy to go back to St. Louis. But she's not she's not from Huntsville herself.
I'm still trying to figure out why we fighting over. Don't get me wrong. There are some people you can give a second chance and they can redeem themselves. But I look at Destiny like, you so busy arguing with Sonny. Do you not realize you telling on yourself because the timeline ain't matching up? So was you cheating with Moses when you was married to LeBaric?
Right.
But both of y'all arguing over a Negro that don't care about neither one of y'all. It's like that meme of the weasel on top
And
of
he's in
the
prison. So neither one of them can have his heartstrings or hardware. He's in prison.
yes. And I really think he has nothing, because you notice on the show, he could never really talk a full conversation around Sonny. She was always talking for him.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
he has nothing but a grade school education. You know, he dropped out of 4th grade to start selling dope, allegedly. I'm just making stuff up, Lord.
yeah.
But she said that he stole her son's name and started a trucking company.
Like I said,
Like Letitia on Bell Collector started a trucking company, an enterprise.
oh Lord, let's not even talk about Bill Collector.
Lady,
That's another show. That's nothing now that Atisha done left.
I want to say, as someone
Oh,
who
Lord.
now here's what I'll say about Bell Collective. The women aren't unenjoyable. Like, they're not like, these are women that I would go to lunch with. Well, I wouldn't go to lunch with Tambra. Scotty fucks with Latrice, and I fuck with Scotty, so I would give Latrice a chance and go to lunch with her off the strength of Scotty, because I know he's a good dude. But yeah, I was gonna say they were, but maybe they're not.
Latrice ain't no friend
But
of
I will say, because they never really do anything on the show, you never see their businesses. Marie's always in front in this empty office building with no papers, these empty off computers, scrolling around, acting like you're doing something. I need some believability on Bell Collective.
Unfortunately, I will say this as somebody from Jackson who moved to Camden. What Marie Monroe got in her office, that's what most of them look like. But she is making money because them clinics of hers,
yeah,
to help those who are addicted. Like, that's some good money that you get from the state and from other people. She just may not be allowed to show what it looks like.
But Carlos isn't interested in that.
He wants the mess. That's why we kept trying to have Selena and So Gucci in the same room despite the court order.
Right.
Like, why?
Do you think?
And if you have to rely on a court order to get that means there's really nothing going on with that cast, because you can't cast.
Do you think on Huntsville, now that Mel is gone, he'll put Wanda back on?
I think he's gonna try to put on Wanda, the side piece, coleslaw, biscuits. He's gonna try to throw everybody he can get in there.
He
Even the
needs
ones
to actually put on. He could make Nell and her family like the new center, because they do have good drama. They have good story, especially with their oldest daughter Lexi and her mama.
Oh my God!
Nell came along and broke that family up.
Because you see, she was
back for a problem.
Yeah,
I didn't know that one was wrong with her.
Yeah, that's what allegedly,
Yeah,
because Chris was married when him and Nell got together.
Yeah, Chris says he was separated when he started seeing Nell, and Nell, I think she didn't know that at first, and then
I
she
thought she said
Mhm.
it was because of color, the colorism or something in the family.
no, she was just mad because it was about because her parents got divorced, and it was this thing about the timeline. My thing
Oh.
was I remember something about now
And
don't
they didn't bring that girl around. Like Lexi was treated like the outside child whenever she came to visit
Oh,
them. Like they treated her differently.
I know
That's
how
something
that's.
we could talk about, Carlos. Hell, we've been
yeah.
spending years and years on the Braxtons with Tamar talking about how she was treated differently. I want something real.
Now this
And
is a
you know what? Can I bring something right fast? I don't want us to get past this. We can come right back to it. Can we talk about how he clowned Trish on the way out the door, please?
wait a minute now. Who clown Trish? Like Ken?
Oh, he clowned her, told her she was broke. You,
That's
you
hilarious.
ain't got no money. Your car broke down.
See, the thing that gets me about them, see, Trish thinks she the smartest thing in the room.
Right.
See, she thinks she getting over on. They almost trying to get over on each other. I think somebody said they're still together. And see
They
this,
act like a scamming couple.
and this
Calling
talk.
the baby daddy ex-husband.
Well, see, this talk about her being an engineer, and people said, "What does he talk about? She had no money." See, somebody else
Mhm.
said, "You know how you'll have a job like in some corporations, a janitor is a facilities engineer."
Mhm.
Someone said that she's actually like not knocking customer service reps, but she's not like an engineer like you think money making, engineer.
Well, child, I just need her to open her mouth when she talks because the Incredible Hulktress has a lockjaw and is always talking through her teeth like
She,
this.
Like
girl,
And
she
I
mad
can't
all
take
the
it.
time.
she talks through her teeth because she's afraid a bone gonna fall out. I know them types.
You know what? I thought she was Janet Jackson writer. She whispers all season long.
Oh, she does. And I'm sitting here like this. You kicked it with Martell, and you got mad when you walked up in that house, and he played it off and acted like he didn't know you. See, because I think because she got married, she and what's his face, teenagers, they're still set. They say when you have a traumatic
Mhm.
or a life altering experience, you are trapped at the age of that mentally because they act like
Mhm.
teenagers.
They do.
They
But
got
they met each
arrested
other. I mean,
development.
her and him were together, high school sweethearts. But with her, it's so hard to really kind of have any kind of real story from her because where everything starts, it's always been a lie. And you got to chase down and fish it out. And you got to go look for Timmy Tills in there because the lie is so deep that, like you said, her mouth don't open up so the bones don't fall out, and it makes everything around her just is suspect. And then the pop off with Mel, um, I think the real reason why she was upset with Mel is because of her husband getting at Mel in her face at their kids' function. He's
I think
been
it's more
Yeah,
passing
than
on
yeah,
that.
several
you're right.
times. He's
I
actually
think it
hooked
may
up
be
with
more than
her.
that.
I think the other thing is with her. Someone said one of the reasons she won't get a divorce. I think old boy was in the military and she'll lose the benefit. I think the reason she won't get
I thought she
divorced
was in the military.
Or
or
she won't get child
is
support.
but I think the real reason she won't get divorced because if she gets divorced, then she's gonna have to marry Ken. She don't want to be married to anybody, and I get it because she got married when she was a teenager. But instead of saying that, she dragging it out because
I
eventually,
just think she needs to be alone.
true.
She's
Child,
one
she
of
need
them
to get her
women that she
story
holds
straight.
on to so much anger and hate, and it shows in her body that even if a good man came into your life, you're not gonna appreciate what he can offer you because you so stuck in the past and you so defensive about things that is obvious to anybody who eyes is open.
Well, I'm gonna be obvious. I think maybe she might be bi because the way she was looking at old girl at that bachelorette party.
Like she wanted to
So
paint her
Destiny had the
down.
people messed up who was trying to groom. It wasn't Melody, it was Trish.
True.
Oh.
Trish was hitting the corner looking for some rainbow, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, see, Mel said on that live that production told her to really talk about the Trish thing. She didn't care about Trish and Martell. They kind of told her. But see, Mel said she was having fun, which was kind of funny. It was hilarious to me because Trish was like mute. She acted like she was 12 years old.
Well, I with the Mel thing, I was watching someone else's podcast, and they were saying that that they believe that she's leaving because when she found out that Carlos was behind the pimp comment about her mama being a pimp, she had it from there. And so I don't remember the exact episode that came up on the about, but that was what was said on the podcast that she and then they showed the clip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, hey, do y'all think the Whitfords would come back now that Mel is gone, or you think they gone?
Oh, they're gone. And what would they bring back?
There's no bonus to carry.
They ain't got nothing to bring back. Like that heifer was messy, but she
Well, see, they might bring her back and see she gonna be the bone carrier. She gonna be the messy one.
But see, he's walking on it. He's walking on his 50,000 lawsuit. So right now, go ahead.
I just don't know if I feel like looking at her lack of star quality, and her high blood pressure husband. I don't have it. You know what it is? She's like a taller Akeisha, and I didn't like Akeisha. And there's somebody else that quit, but they quit for like the TV wasn't working out for them or their marriage.
I like Akeisha.
Who's Storm?
I like the two that quit. Those are the ones that I like.
Yeah. So what does he have left?
Oh, nothing. He has nothing left. Your star from Huntsville has gone, which means the show is going to have to change, but it needed to because either get Coleslaw on and focus it around Martell in a different way and show a different side of his dysfunction. Or, there's really nothing else going on because I am tired of watching Tisha be mealy-mouthed and, I can't watch her be her anymore. I just can't.
As your boy Kempire says, Espos rise. That's what he calls people. He's an Espos rise.
But they need to have someone who can break up the Scotts. Because at the end of the day, they kept Maurice's storyline. Like, they barely talked about his DUI. And he tried to play it off. And at the end of the day, boy, you got a DUI in broad daylight in Huntsville. You know how crazy you got to look and drive for somebody to pull you over for a DUI in Huntsville?
I know. The tea that hits me is like, I'm so disappointed in Kimmy. I used to be a fan of hers. And she's just because if you do the math, like you said, he got arrested in the afternoon. She talked about he didn't come home that night. She went to the office. He wasn't there. But then he got arrested in the daytime, got out, and went right back partying.
Sure did. It was on live with Funky with a Bottle. We all saw it.
They said he was at a strip club.
But see, he's never said where he was.
And you see how mad he got at Mel for her just saying the obvious things that everybody was wanting to know the truth.
I think Kimmy told him, don't say nothing else after you embarrassed me the last time talking about your need to spread seed. I ain't doing that again. I think maybe she told him to shut it up.
True, because the last time he was on that reunion, maybe 2 years ago, he said he wasn't in Atlanta for the guys' trip with the linebackers and stuff. And then Coleslaw got in there and dropped the proof. Here's Maurice in a picture looking bloodshot and having fun.
Yep.
It's like you down for the BS, but you want to hide behind the Martin Luther King of it all, and that's not you. Heck, even Martin Luther King had his heart.
Oh my God, he's Karen in male form.
He's Thomas Jefferson's mistress.
Oh Oh my God.
His
Martin
mistress.
had a dream last night, and I saw it too.
Karen is another one. Girl, it's
And
bad.
just to be an attorney, it just looks so bad.
He thought
And
he was
Kimmy
smart enough
don't
to get
ever
out
hold
of
him
it.
to the fire. She never holds him, accountable for things that she wants to know the answers to as well.
She just happy
What?
she got him. They were dating for like six,
Thank
7
you.
years. She went and bought a
Yeah.
house. Man, she
Thank
went
you.
married to. She just, you notice he conveniently
He was
got,
married too, right?
you notice he conveniently got married and then sprung on her, I want my son to move in with me. Otherwise, he would have never got married.
I believe that as well.
Maurice.
Now he
Yeah.
was
He was
separated,
married
legally
when they got
separated.
together though, right?
He was legally separated, but yes, still married to Kyla. He left
Okay.
Kyla because somebody used his toothbrush and he couldn't take it and moved back to Huntsville.
Wait, now hold on. She used
It
his
was cheating.
toothbrush.
Yes.
That's
Well,
that's
he
that's
No,
said
the
no,
somebody
no. Hold
used
on. Yeah,
it.
I would leave too. I would leave
I
too.
would too.
not
Actually,
But
actually,
I'm with
Alex,
you.
not
I'm with
actually.
you,
He's
Alex.
saying
I
that
don't like
somebody
nobody
slept with
touching the
her.
toothbrush.
are you?
Kyla was out
Yeah,
in the
that
streets.
I could never look at you the same. It's over.
Kyle, he used that analogy. He was like, once somebody uses his toothbrush, he don't want it no more. Kyle was out in the streets. He found out. He left, went to Huntsville, met Kimmy. That's how they got together.
And also,
But how
how
he
he lost a
explained
lot
it
of
was the
weight because they said
toothbrush
he was a
thing.
big boy back then.
He
Yeah, he
was.
was.
I mean,
That's why Monster was so big. They were built alike.
built
Exactly.
alike. Girl, they grew up in Huntsville, Detroit and Huntsville, eating nothing but cornbread and fatness, fat backs and hot
That back
dogs.
is that cornbread and grits.
I think the only thing I've kind of liked about the show is that I did learn of new businesses. Some of them I looked up online. When they would go like to certain little places.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Or anytime they had a court case, just like Fulton County, you can look it up on Madison
Yeah.
County too.
But
So
let's
they business in the
but
street.
let's keep it a buck. I'm not a millimeter by no means. If it hadn't been public about Martell and Coleslaw, Melody would probably still be married to him right now.
Girl, I don't believe that actually. I think she was playing her
I think
escape
he was
after the
tired.
first go round.
I think he was
I think she
tired.
was playing
I
her escape.
The only
I
reason I debate that is because she got pregnant by him again. He
Twice.
cheated on you, and you in competition with the side piece and have
Well,
a baby. Girl,
I
what kind
think
of
she
STD
wanted
you
another
gonna have?
baby. I think
But
she
she
wanted
wanted
another
her
baby. But
kids. It's
two,
it's a difference. She did want her kids.
and I think the other thing is too, y'all also gotta remember it wasn't just Coleslaw. Coleslaw was the only one who stuck around and made herself public. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's the
And
whole
had a
angle with
baby.
Trish.
Oh, okay,
That's
you're
why
right.
she wanted
You're right.
Trish to confirm the timeline. Because it's like she wants to show both Martell and Coleslaw. I've been told you weren't the only one. You was
Yeah,
just the loudest one.
yeah. And
It's
then
been other
she got
hoes.
pregnant again, but she wouldn't have an abortion, which I don't blame her. Mel
Girl,
did.
no. I don't blame her either. I ain't gonna have no more.
But I
And
guess
she would have been stuck with them during the pandemic back in 2020 when we was all shut in. Girl, no,
And
somebody
he
would have
was
put him in
shut
jail.
in too, huh?
He was shut in with Coleslaw.
People worrying about dying, and he worrying about here having just unprotected stuff. We trying to run. Did they have a mask on at least?
I'm not. No, he was because I mean all them times that they said Coleslaw had to go get multiple abortions from him. So he just laying it low and spreading it wide. I guess my thing is you've cheated on me. You're not sleeping with me, and if you are, it's gonna be so many. I can't. I can't. I just don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't give a
yeah.
damn if it was her
It's
husband. I
disgusting.
don't. I don't get it because I know for a fact up here because I live in Chicago now. I went to a party and it was a huge party and it was some people there from Huntsville, Alabama, and they was telling the tea. And one guy was a
Mm-hmm.
doctor, and he talked about he was on rotation at the hospital. Coleslaw was doing her little training, and Mel came up there and man went off in the middle of the hospital.
Did he tell you
Before the
the other
show even
part of that
aired.
tea allegedly?
Say what?
Because I've heard from several people now that
Mm-hmm.
same hospital on that floor, that's the hospital where Kimmy worked too.
Ooh.
So Kimmy's been working with the husband.
That's why she said she would never call her a side chick. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kimmy and Tisha are male identified.
But Kimmy was a side chick too, though.
And didn't know it.
Well,
Now, she
I don't
didn't
think you
She's
can be a
saying
side
she
chick
didn't.
if you don't know it.
She's saying she
I
didn't know,
think
but
you have to
things don't make sense. If a woman is come on now, she didn't want. She acting like she didn't know. That's that thing that they say, but she knew
Well,
because her and that ex-wife have real blood. Like they have real beef.
but this is the same woman who defended a husband that basically pressured her to have sex when she was going through chemo, and she's sitting up on all these YouTube channels fighting for her life over him.
I mean, for real.
And
Like,
I can see her
he
thinking,
embarrassed her. He said, well, how's she gonna have a drop top and open the top with no hair? I would have slapped him dark skinned.
oh, what?
He
I've
said,
never heard that in my life.
I mean, I could not believe he said that to her about her on national television.
I'm just picturing it now. Pop.
Instantly.
Gonna look like that girl.
And then just like the
Oh.
smack going across and the skin just changing.
no.
Visualize it.
But none of these women hold men accountable. They're the type that do, I'm gonna beat the side piece ass, but not my husband ass.
Yes.
Well, good thing they from where they are because the side pieces out here will beat your ass. I'm sorry. I know a lot of side pieces that dare these wives to come out and act like they didn't know about them, and you want to go live all of a sudden now that you feel you in your feelings. Girl, we've been sharing him for a long time. Don't get whooped.
That is what I feel, that there is an element of, girl, that was y'all husband. That was
Right.
y'all husband. You was going along with it. I'm sorry, you have one good time before you turn up stanking with me. One good time.
What you say, Alex? A good life insurance policy?
Yep.
In 30 days. 30 days to make sure it's paid and give it about a good 42 total.
What that lady from the Misery movie told Kathy Bates? An accident is a happy woman's
woman's best friend.
I mean,
And you know what? If Mel would have stayed married to him a little bit longer, I'm pretty sure one of them suits would have blood pressure him to death one night when he's getting the car, and it was just gonna pop his top right on the.
Because I'd be
He be looking like some pack cocaine across the. He be looking like some pack cocaine coming across the Colombians because he be packed.
You know what? When Mel was talking with Chris Fletcher and she was saying something about the cheating, he was like, "Oh, Maurice and Marceau make you sign an NDA. That's something they would do." I hollered.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He threw them under the bus, baby.
I could see that. I mean,
he ran them right over.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Was super bored one day.
You know what? At least they're cheating efficiently.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If Maurice has an NDA for cheating, Kimmy drafted it.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm gonna say that again. If Maurice has an NDA for cheating, Kimmy drafted it.
Yeah.
I just thought about something.
Uh-huh.
Wait, so Mel and Trish, wait. Kim, okay, let's just do this. All of them were side pieces at one point except Melanie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because Mel met
I don't think
when he was
Keisha
a super
was.
senior.
Keisha was. He was with somebody because she was messing with somebody while she was in college.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Is this workout Heffa Martell's side piece during while he was dating Mel in the early years?
Yes, there was one there too, allegedly. I do remember that being brought up and talked about.
Oh wow. It's
right
so
before they
weird.
got married. She almost called.
So maybe that's what the bring back cruise supposed to mean? They bringing back. Uh,
They bringing back
somebody help
the
me here. Jump in.
hoes.
Come back, girl.
They bringing back the hoes.
Okay. I was
Sorry.
I was bored one day. I was cleaning my house, and you remember when the big scandal when Martell and Coleslaw was interviewing the girl that got with
Oh
the
my
scandal?
God.
Okay, so I was listening to it and I kind of looked. So when they said the timeline, I said I know this chick wasn't looking like this. Somebody posted a picture of her back in the day. I said, she was a baddie back then. I believe every word she said. But it was hilarious because Coleslaw was trying to verify stuff about what Martell was doing. I'll
be honest.
It was an uncomfortable.
Every word she said, but I don't think she was sleeping with Marceau. She couldn't say this man's name right. Now, how you gonna be sleeping with somebody you don't know their name?
Well, if you signed the NDA, you can't say.
And he flying you out and stuff. You going on all these trips, and you kept saying Marcel. His name is Marceau. They don't even have a brother named Marcel.
I'm trying to figure out who wanted to claim him.
Yeah, but girl,
amen.
Amen. Do you think Marceau would tell you his real name?
He looked like a slave thumb. He looked like his face looked like it's been in slavery.
His face looked like Sounder.
Girl, he look hold on.
Look like Jonathan the actor.
He looks like Jonathan Major's father.
Ooh. And if he ain't the most uncomfortable built other person,
oh my God,
Lord. You were right. He got that 1949 body face. He just was built in 1949.
Like all them older people from like the 60s. Because Otis Redding died real young. He died in his 20s. But when you see pictures of him, he looked like he in his 50s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that old model. That's the model that Jonathan Majors came from. I'm like, either your mama had you with a really old man or had them worms and you came out.
Booker T. Washington.
Or they threw it back. Washington look younger than him.
He looked like he survived the Chitlin circuit.
Oh my God. Look, that's another one. Oh, Megan Good. Lord Jesus, help us.
Oh, Lord. She might as well stay married to her husband and been less irritating.
Well,
everybody don't want to be with a scamming preacher.
I mean, it's better than that than an out of work actor that a pink toe some money.
What?
Because all of a sudden, after he get in trouble, here come us good old black women to the rescue. But when you all good and famous and you in Hollywood, we ain't good to walk next to you, huh, Massa?
How is it that your first date is at the courthouse? Because somebody help me.
That's a real love and lockup romance right there.
You didn't kick them that damn edible. God damn it.
From Serena Williams and get her ass a successful pink toe. Like,
oh my, a billionaire too.
Shoot, have you signed up for Blue Sky? We gotta support this family.
Hey, if I ain't got to be proud of a black woman, she picked her out she got a good one, Savannah. She picked a good white toe.
And I think she's
look at all that wealth going to that good black baby.
But I
all that goodwill. A black billionaire already.
And she finally got her makeup straight because for a second there I was like, Serena, are we doing self-hate? How do you expect us to buy your makeup line and you can't get your foundation together? But it looks like
I was afraid.
I thought not Aaron Pierre looks like an upgraded JJ Icefish.
Who is Ice JJ?
Hurtful.
Oh my God. Like it was a whole moment on the internet, but he's just a very weird looking person.
Let me Google this right quick. What BMO Shorty?
The sad thing is I can almost see it.
Oh, BMO Shorty. No, baby. No. Ice JJ Fish looked like Aaron Pierre's slow cousin. But
yes.
I have to disagree on that, boo-boo.
Did anyone see Al Reynolds' new wig?
Wait a minute, no! He had like locks or something?
Yes. He has
that
wig. I don't know if they're faux locks or sister locks, but
what is that Virginia Slim over there doing?
That Virginia Slim. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He's trying to have a career after he was so
I
good.
can't
Take
show
a
it
check.
because I'm not going to show it because I'm not going to get in
I'm
trouble.
gonna look for it.
Yeah, go
Oh
look.
my gosh, you gotta show me.
Just
Okay,
look on Instagram. It's there.
y'all, how you mess up a job where you not in the same room with the people and you working an hour 5 days a week?
Alex, do the voice.
Joyce! Joyce, I'm sick of you! Joyce, I'm so tired! Joyce! 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 You got to get real deep in the diaphragm. Like, imagine where Rob Dixon's balls hang.
Oh my God. Down there.
Down there. In Rob. No. Get in your Deb Atney masculinity. Deb Atney testosterone. When Deb said, you don't want to know what testosterone I got because you don't want me to use it on.
What?
Deb said that out of her mouth.
She said that to Tasha K?
That thing was hilarious. I saw that. That was hilarious.
Oh my God. Who are you to see somebody pregnant?
But she does sound like a good, strong man.
Who I mean.
Like she gonna walk down, who you gonna hop on to hit me?
It was just like what you.
It
It
was,
was just the funniest, like,
it
boy,
was.
this is the most unintentional point proving I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, all I can do is laugh at the delivery.
I see this picture of Al. No.
Shut up.
No. No.
I'm gonna throw some olives and some eggs and some. Oh, you wanna know how I make my meatloaf?
Really freaky. I put olives in my meatloaf.
Wait a minute, hold on. Do her at the city council meeting. She said, "Yeah, you didn't think nobody's seen you over there, hunting."
I do not like you, LL Shady Gal. I do not like you. Get off the chat.
I love that we're wearing the same coat too.
That is not.
Baby, my name is Shady Girl for a reason now. Come on.
Why do you look like Captain Monkey Kappa?
The picture I saw was it was like he, oh my God.
She's like Morris Day.
That's got to be your photo from now on. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I mean, it's the auntie hour. Let's get it. Let's get to it.
Woo!
Yes.
He looked like he on Motown.
And do you know we have seen no more of him? He still got his little YouTube channel.
This is also
With that lawyer lady.
This is a great group. This is a really great group. I am having a ball. So what is Carla like? Okay, so love and marriage. There's enough going on where we could bring somebody else in, maybe Coleslaw. Bell Collective has also suffered a 20% pass exodus. Now, the thing is, Keisha, now I'm not going to say I didn't. There were like, she was watchable, but not always everybody's going to be your favorite, but still good for the show because she actually had a connection to Ferris Street, but couldn't ever get anything done. Like when they walked us into that classroom this season, that's when I was like, oh my God. Like, you keep talking about rebuilding and you walked us into a classroom. Well, now, they won't be rebuilding anything. Do we care about Ladisha and her bullshit brunches with dirty plates?
No.
God, no.
Ambra and her having a baby at 60.
Oh my God. Okay. She has the personality of a bathroom mirror.
You talking about Black Smurfette?
Oh.
I hate her. I hate her. I hate her.
I remember
she looked like she stole that baby. That baby don't look like it's hers.
I discovered her when Sister Circle was coming on. And I said, who is this woman with these 12 pounds of weave? Well, I guess that's a style because Boz on Beverly Hill has a whole wig line, but that's another conversation. And
Shut up.
yes, and this
Get the leg up. Get that leg up.
got that leg up and was talking, and then she popped on Bell Collector. Y'all see she has skated. She has not said anything about her life because she just needed a sperm donor. They don't live together.
I'm about to say her and the guy don't even live together.
You notice they're not. She hasn't talked about anything.
I mean, she may have filmed stuff. They just weren't interesting. It's not our
Oh
fault
my God.
that
The
she's
camera
bored.
fell asleep.
We did.
Thank you. I you know what? I could literally I don't like the girl who has the weave line. The other Isha,
Latrice.
whatever her name, Latrice. I don't like her because to me she seemed like she's a battered wife. The way she looks when he's around her or someone's talking in a way that makes her uncomfortable.
Let me tell y'all
She
something.
gets this little girl syndrome in her face that is
She
I
does.
feel embarrassed for her.
That's what
YouTube,
happens when you're around an incubus. They suck all the life and they
Yeah.
suck all your energy. And that's what she looks
YouTuber,
like when she's around her husband.
YouTuber Color Me Pink says she looks like Gonzo from the Muppets, and I can't get it out of my face.
And she does. She be wearing that
She
cremation 57 lipstick, and it's always wrong.
She does
She's
look
casket sharp.
She looks like a zombie. She looks like a zombie that's freshly turned. It's a fresh, like she's in a zombie movie where she can still control eating brains and she's trying to fool everybody. But you're dead, ma'am. You're dead.
and she can be so much, but see, look what she married. And I don't care what nobody say. I look at who you marry. Because you're very similar. Just
Her
like
father.
and Martell, both of them had big egos.
I think that she married him, but I think she got cold feet. And now he's just living. And
See,
she's
it was,
just eating.
it
Yep.
was
His
the
expiry date passed a long time ago. Send him up the river, girl.
she
Get your
married
money.
she married her DL daddy.
What does he do?
He has, I think he has some type of company. I think he's
He
landscape
gets Social Security.
businesses, but you know, she has daddy issues. And see, now she's the one making all the money, and she's not happy, and she refuses to have a baby with him, just like Quad did with Dr. G on Married to Medicine.
And that's
Snap,
sad.
snap, snap.
Why would she want to bring a baby into that mess? They got enough to deal with. Come on,
Well,
man.
see, he's trying to bring a baby so he can trap her.
He's about to be in diapers. She don't need
I was
to.
just about to say she don't want to have twins.
No, she don't want to have a Jonathan Majors looking baby. He too old. All them worms. No, that's what he
That's
say about the
true.
old folks. You have a baby with an old man, your baby gonna come out looking like Benjamin
Water
Button,
babies.
90 years old.
Exactly. Because it's a change of life baby for him.
Because you notice we barely see her business. Now she's talking about the restaurant. I want to see her business because she has an actual business. Unlike
Well, you know, Carlos King probably wants 40% of profits to show it.
Say what?
Carlos King probably wants 40% of profits to show it.
You know what? That could be a factor too.
I think that's why
you're
she's
right.
like, I'll show this business that I'm building before it becomes a business, because then it's like, okay, well, you can get this from this season and I'm willing to share this and that, but we can't do it all. Especially since he ain't paying them nothing.
Right.
Alex, I think you hit the nail on the head because none of the shows for real are showing the businesses anymore. Even on Love and Marriage Huntsville, we didn't get no business scenes.
We don't
So
see
they
the
must have to
cigar
pay a little
shop.
piece.
I mean, like the Scott.
We barely saw Black.
Oh my God. I think like knowing how, here's just a guess. Now in reality TV, because Bethany was so successful with Skinny Girl,
the skinny. Mm-hmm.
they have something called the Bethany Clause, where they want a percentage of your business if they're going to, advertise it on the show. I think Carlos says, your first or second season that you're working with us, you can advertise for free since you're not going to make any money. You get to promote your business and your brand on a platform. And I think that's what he uses to get you in, where it's like, okay, I got a couple years of free advertising, but then it's like, okay, now we're in season 5. Maybe you're making $2 or $3 an episode, but now I want 80% of your brand. And so you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna show a restaurant or something else then. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. You have a valid point, but if you
See,
think
that's that
about it,
brain.
Akeisha
He
and
don't pay enough to show your business and risk it at the same time.
yeah, and you think
Yep.
about it, Akeisha and Willie and Monique and Chris from DC, they were the wealthiest couples, and he never showed any of really their businesses. Now, Akeisha and Willie, I could understand because I look at their channel and, like Willie said, they got a business reputation to uphold. That was one of the reasons why they left. But they
He's a sports announcer too.
yeah, and they got the bricks and hops, and she's got the project on Ferris Street and all this stuff, and you never saw it. And I don't care what nobody say. Carlos might have said he wasn't fired from Real Housewives. They told him to resign.
Huh.
They told him
That
to resign.
is something that we've never
Don't
gotten
return.
on. And also, okay, you started your own. Now, here's the thing: at like when you say you started your own production company, why would you leave Bravo?
Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
Why, if you were, the reality king, why not stay, tell Bravo, look, I want to start my own production company and do your own Housewives? Why weren't you, like, you were in charge of Atlanta? Why wouldn't they just move you and your company? Why wouldn't they work with you?
And
But this is his pedigree, though. Like you said earlier, if we can go down the list on how many disgruntled employees has left, then to how many shows are no longer here, and it goes from Hollywood divas to Hollywood, exes or whatever the case. He has everything that claps, and it's like you had a good run. If you stop trying to be the star of your own shows that's based on wives and extravagant lifestyles. Why does that include you being in it?
Okay, so Hollywood divas.
you pulling up a list, Alex.
In Hollywood, didn't he do Hollywood exes too?
And you
With
notice
Cherie Smith from Will Smith's ex-wife and Nicole Murphy and all them. Martin Lawrence's wife, ex-wife.
and do you notice Phaedra Parks, who will go to the opening of an envelope, has never been to any of his shows. Yeah, she will go to the opening of an envelope. Never been on any of his shows.
Ooh.
He has
a letter opening in London. That girl would go to Africa to get her ears pierced. She would.
flew all the way to Dubai to be on Real Housewives of Dubai for 5 minutes.
But you know what? I want to see her caseload as an attorney. I need to see what she does because maybe she does legal work for dead people. We ain't seen her do an embalming of an animal yet.
I think she does it like Ebony. She just keeps her license. She does enough to keep her license active.
Mm-hmm. Just to keep on her belt.
Why hasn't Phaedra come on Carlos's podcast?
As much
he
as
don't pay enough. He don't pay enough. He's on everybody else's podcast. And why don't he do podcasts with his people? His own. He don't promote his shows.
Girl, because nobody wants to hear from those wannabes. Nobody wants to hear from them almost stars. Nobody wants to hear from that YouTube video crew. I am more relevant. And that's pathetic.
Don't say that.
Almost doesn't count, I guess.
Well, not the Brandy reference.
I mean, girl, don't nobody give a shit about them. he doesn't do those interviews because the views would be embarrassing.
I mean, you see, even when he goes backstage and go see them in the rooms, he's the star of going in a room and talking.
Yeah.
They can't even answer a question without him talking over them.
He wants to be Andy Cohen so bad, and it ain't happening.
Yes.
Sad.
And remember when he had that little after show and
Yeah.
was trying to give Watch What Happens Live?
And it didn't give. Now he has reality with the King. With one,
And it's like the other show you said. He's like the
selling it in the ATL, cutting it in the ATL. The Encore, the next 15, Bell Collective, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Love and Marriage, Charlotte, canceled. Love and Marriage, DC, and Love and Marriage Detroit, 11. And only one of them was good out of all of the. Well, no, I'll give you Hollywood Divas was decent too. Oh, and R&B Divas. So like 14,
what about Bad and Bougie?
Oh God. I pray that doesn't come back like a hemorrhoid.
Oh God.
I never looked at that. I remember Alex reviewed, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna look at it. Thank
I
you.
did too. I reviewed it too.
That show was more painful than gout.
Oh my goodness.
It's more painful than Marcel trying to take off one of them suits at night. He be in there. I hope it breaks from the inside because he looked like he needs a fire department to get him out them suits.
Oh, I forgot. The other thing with Carlos King and Melody, she I think is going to be filing a lawsuit for the hostile work environment.
Yep.
She turned
it's supposed to be what is it against an employee? Retaliation against an employee.
Retribution.
Yeah, because she told him no about the TV manager thing.
Talking about Mel tried to groom Destiny. Like they published that to Max.
Yes.
Oh yes, I heard about that. It really
that they were grooming her.
That they tried to groom.
Girl, nobody wants you.
Don't
nobody want you. Your son don't even be around you.
Also, we have to words have meaning. You can groom to groom means the person is young and inexperienced and doesn't know what's going on. Destiny is a seasoned woman who you cannot groom. Ass grooming you. That's just a effort. You want it? You want to have some fun? Like that. You ask a grown lady for a good time. You don't groom.
Girl, you didn't groom your criminal history. You got 5 darn arrest records. Don't nobody groom your. When was you groomed?
Groom your charges.
You know the
goodness gracious. Oh, I hate her.
Oh, might just be like, we're done.
Groom.
I would sue her, but she don't have nothing to sue for.
Grooming. Hold on. I want to see if I can pull something up.
She's another one that needs to be in deep therapy with the therapist that the men didn't like on Huntsville because he was calling them Dr. Kit.
You see how hard she's fighting for these heartstrings of this man, and she didn't fight for her marriage like that. She complains about how he left her and everything, but it's
not
she has
for her marriage like that.
Yeah, because she didn't. She's fighting Melanie more than she fought in her marriage. She fought with Stormy.
She was her mother figure. You remember she talked about her like a dog and said, "Right now, I love you." It was like, girl, you crazy.
Like Tish actually said that. She said for you to claim you don't like her, you like to, kiss her ass a lot. And she said, no one kissed Melanie's ass. And she kind of got offended. But can we talk about the bachelorette party for a second? Am I the only one thought that she was about 59 and a half when she was doing that clapping? Like, I can talk about what I thought that ponytail was go karate chop somebody across the face, but she made herself look so embarrassing. She looked a fool clowning like that. about this man or a relationship she claims she had with Sonny. That's embarrassing because that's not even adding up.
Look, it's just like Christy said in the comments. Destiny is
Wait,
delusional.
hold on. Bougie, you're covering your microphone. We can't hear you.
Who?
Wait, you're covering your microphone.
Who, me? Who?
Yeah,
Oh, now we can hear you.
Ooh, wait a minute. Let me see.
yeah. Now we can hear you, but it was giving muffled before.
Ooh, sorry. No, I was
Really now.
Christy said in the comments about the destiny is delusional. If Mel was a bad person friend, why did she accept $6,000 from Mel? I know one thing.
Amen.
Girl, who turned down
My mama is
600,000?
81, and she would throw a better. Who has a bachelorette party 2:00 in the afternoon? Somebody help me out.
And she knows she didn't throw that with her broke self.
Somebody said it was
It looked broke.
storage units.
Oh my gosh. I mean, they had to cover how bright it was outside. Even when Melanie left, it was still bright. They was arguing, it was bright. They was painting him, it was bright. I was just like, who has a day bachelorette party?
Who has a bachelorette party with other pee in the room? Why are you bringing sand to the beach?
Because that's what production could afford. That was the
And that's the only thing that can cover her
They can
toes.
only afford the strippers with the day. Me say that.
Sand is the only thing that can cover that toe. Cause if I knew that toe was gonna be staring at the camera like that, I would have sued the network. Cause that was disrespectful. Cause I just got my eye fixed, and I don't have to go through that in my life to see that toe minding everybody else's business. It was like a storm reporter. It was in everybody else's business. It was pointing all over the room.
Scott, that was that toe when they send the nurse over from the doctor to come and cut it for you because you're too
Oh
old.
my God.
When the CNA come over
That's
to your
that toe
house,
you gotta go to the podiatrist about. No regular clippers can do
Yeah.
That's the
that.
toe that
You
got a
gotta get
heartbeat in it.
surgery.
It got a heartbeat in it, and it got veins and everything connected to it. That thing is a vulture.
I was like,
I
come
bet she
on,
can just get
Mel.
salmon.
Yeah, I was see that's what I said. They shade people too much. Just say to her, she twisted her ankle. That's all you had to do.
Yeah, and she's another one that don't need to be seen without no makeup. Because when they showed her, I thought she was her brother.
Let me tell you something. I saw her on a live. She had her natural hair out, a little bit of makeup. She looked cute. But see, that's what I'm saying. They sit here. Carlos does not like black women. He shows them at their worst.
Can we talk
I
about
mean, we
a
got the
few of these
example right
podcasters
here.
that don't like black women? The comments that said about these about us black women that we the lowest on the totem pole.
I really want to know Carlos's Kim Pao says background. 10 brothers and sisters. How is your mama treated? Because something is telling me.
The better question is, how did the
He
mama
said he
treat
was that
him?
girl. He said he's always been that girl. He even had the girlfriends, and he was Big Los. He was the man. Like
Big
you leave it to
Los.
him, all of his relatives looks up to him because he was Big Los.
That sounds like lies, fairy tales, and fantasies, babe.
Yes. It kind of reminds
You
me of
were
Tyler
a
Perry.
messy and unlikable cigarette, Carlos, and I refuse to believe anything else.
A Virginia Light Slim.
I think he treats these black women on the shows this way because that's the way his mother was treated. Kind of when you in your environment. Look at Tyler Perry. Have you
And
ever
looks
seen
for
You
women
know
that
what?
enjoy being
There's
beaten
another
down.
person. There's another person that I actually love, and I was listening to the podcast myself, and I know for a fact that I've heard him say it several other times. This time it just was the wrong climate. And I would never want to be Blackfish. She's on the bottom of the telephone. Don't nobody want her. And your entire base
I think
is
I
black women. I'm not gonna say the name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Your
I
entire
think
base
I
is black
heard that
women.
too. I think I heard.
DEI. He talked about them being DEI hires, but he talked bad about Latinos so bad. I was so shocked that this is his base, and I literally after I heard that and there was no apology of what he meant, it let me see that you know what you have been basically programmed to think that that's probably how you've seen women treated. But what makes you any different to make a change to how women are treated when the first thing you do when you get some money, you black like this, not like this, but every last
I
one of
mean, he
you
been doing
mimic
that though.
black women like this.
That's what he does. He's been doing it. That's
And they and
constantly
Kim
does.
Pryor said that too. He said that funky bass in the drums. Y'all know hip hop beat got funk in it. But don't want to say no
I'm telling
names.
you. See what he does, and it's because I watch him sometimes. See, he
Mhm.
flips it back and forth, and then like the other day, he sat up there and said he was going to talk about Latinos because the way they voted for Trump, but he
Mhm.
flips it back and forth. So on one hand, he'll say fish and
Mhm.
say something derogatory, but then he'll turn
Mhm.
around and he'll have a woman up there that he's helping make a whole bunch of money for her business. So it's interesting.
Right.
It's real interesting. And see,
Because
sometimes
because there are a lot of women that go along with it because
Mhm.
there are a lot of women, and we can go over to the comment section right now that agree.
You ain't never
There are
lied.
women that agree with the methodology of thinking, with the way of thinking, with the caveats, with the cognitive dissonance of it all. There are women that agree. And that is why it continues and it's supported because people agree.
And it's sad that that's like you said, that is your number one fan base, that they all agree to all of the things that you say, still to come to figure out that as soon as you did what everybody else you talk about do, when they get money, they run away from being black. And that's the same thing you promote every time you talk about what you have, what you do. And when you look at his entire making of how he came out, everything was mimicked on a black woman. Even when he was doing how to, to get away with murder, or he was
yeah,
doing all these other shows, they were based on black women.
yeah. But Sky, see the
Uh
secret
huh.
is he does the rage bait because I've watched him.
Mm.
Like he'll sit there and I'll be sitting like I'm saying like he is messing with the public. Well, he'll talk about, well, I have this, I'm act like a rich black woman today. I have this,
Right.
I have that. But
I'm
then
white too.
but I will have to say this. I have to say this. I have to give him credit because bruh sat out there and he will have, and I notice there's never been any men. These
Mm.
black women entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
they'll get on there and his bunch, they'll talk about how website crashed, so many orders, 30, 40, $50,000 made in one night because of him. So it's kind of that thing
Mm-hmm.
where it's like a love, hate, like, dislike.
It's like pat me. My boss can pat me on the ass as long as he pay me for it.
Because like I said, it's one of them things. But I sit there and watch. I sit here sometimes. I go like, oh yeah, he playing with Kelly right now, and the people be going off in the comments. Like I said,
They
it's a lot
do.
of rage bait.
It is, and it's sad because when you want to enjoy the content, but it's so contradicting at the same time. As I'm laughing, I'm hearing how he's actually disrespecting me, and I'm
Because
like,
just
that
like
made me feel with. Or
he learned.
when he talk about Social Security and Section 8, and I'm like, well, unfortunately, I've had 5 brain surgeries in 3 years, and they still
Wow.
haven't found what's going on. But I used to be a coroner, and I was forced from not being able to work anymore because they can't find what's going on in my brain. I'm draining cerebral spinal cord fluid through my nose, so it fractured my brain,
Oh
my
wow.
skull. And
Pray to
so I'm on disability because I don't have a choice. So
right.
when I listen to the show, all you Section 8, disability, Social Security, blackfish, and it's like, but see, I had a 24/5 job, not 20, 5, 8 to 5. My schedule was 24/5. I was picking
Wow.
up bodies for 24 hours, 5 days a week.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I wasn't sitting at home on my butt like he thinks that he's talking to that type of fish. So when I hear it, I'm mad at the same time because I feel like I got to tell him my story But even if I did, he
No,
still
see,
see me
he's
If
black like
nobody,
pink,
our
not like
story
you.
isn't anyone's business, the fact that there is literally a housing crisis and a cost of living crisis that is being talked about ad nauseum is the issue. The fact that we are in a society where in the way wealth equality should be set up, your job should have been able to pay you enough where you should still be on leave while they figure out what goes on. But
Right,
because of racism, we don't distribute wealth that equally. So
right.
because of racism and because of xenophobia, we have to put all of this tax money into a defense system that we don't really need, because if we just took maybe, I don't know, half of that, we could fund everything the fuck else. But also because of racism, we can't equally distribute money, because then that would mean that black people are getting the same thing as white people. And oh God, we can't have that.
Oh,
We would rather go
they have
without.
it.
We got to
and
bring
you
that up.
know we right here in the Bay Area, so somebody can say
So,
you on Section 8 or whatever the case may be, and rent here is $22.50 at least.
mhm. And
Yeah.
so it's like, if you're going to talk about, Section 8 or anything like that, that is the conversation that must be brought up first before that. Like, why is there even a need? Because you can look at other
Ooh.
countries where there's not a need, but in those other countries, what do they not have? Systemic racism. So when you
Right.
have things built on inequality, you have to keep the inequality facade going or it all falls down. But you can't, but you
Hmm.
have to bring that up if you're going to talk badly about, people actually trying to get something out of the system that they're going to be paying much more into. Because let's also talk about all the years you were working and putting into that system. Think about all
Uh-huh.
the people that don't have brain issues that just put in, and
Right.
then drop dead and never take shit out. What
Yeah.
about
Never.
that? But that's never brought up when we're talking about people that actually need the system. All the people that don't need it, don't use it. And that's why we have it.
Yeah. Well, it's never also brought up that it's more of them on that than us. But
Hmm.
the way the media did it, it's like it's us. No, it's y'all.
And then it's like even when they show
A
you
system
that,
never would have been set up for us.
and it wasn't, and as you look at it, it's still not set up for us. Because I'm still trying to figure out when they ask me what race am I, I'm still trying to figure out who you talking to. It's not listed on here.
I got you.
So it's like in a way I don't know what you want me to give you what's on my birth certificate. Because then we going back to what does birth certificates mean these days?
Yeah. Well, I just want to
So
say prayers up for you, Sky. Serious, straight up, seriously.
thank you so much. I just got finished with a transfusion this week, and now I have to get an iron one. So blessings, I am accepting them. I am broke when it comes to those right now,
Look,
and I'm collecting
you
blessings.
alive. You up here having fun. All right, let's get this conversation on some ratchet behavior.
Yeah,
Fun
let's get it.
But
Let's get it on Millie now for somebody.
posted. Keep
What
us
show is he
posted.
gonna come up with next? Well, you know what? I
Ooh.
need to produce a show for all the women that have been fired or that have left.
Yep. You need to set
Oh
up
my
some
God.
interviews with them.
Surviving Carlos.
Oh, we
It may
might
be
find some. We might
I
find
can
some
get
African
Candy.
ninjas in there.
I can
Yeah,
get
what happened to the
Candy.
African man that he broke up with? Like, we don't
He
hear
said he's
about this.
single. He was saying he's
Oh,
single.
wait,
Then he said he's
hold on.
writing.
You like
Was there ever one?
I
I never seen him pop out at the awards with him, and he's never panned over to him a
it
little
just
bit.
Yeah, you got to understand,
became
African culture is very homophobic. So,
yeah, but he
If
lived
they can come out here and beat up Justy, with we can get a few that'd be over the crossover. Those brothers might be unemployed right now. We can get that leg up.
It's easy
'Cause,
to watch Love and Marriage Detroit. I watch it like Chris say when I'm cooking catfish.
that's a real show.
Yes.
Why Destiny won't go over there then? Why
Yes.
she in Huntsville still? It'll be cheaper.
That's the one Winter came from. And that's the one with
I
Monique
like
and Christmas.
Winter. I
I
liked
like
Winter.
her. She just nice and slow.
What? Okay.
I mean, yeah,
You
because that
know,
fool took all her money.
who used to crack me up is the couple, the pretty tall black woman with the midget. I used to be like, do she pick him up
Wait a minute, wait a
when
minute,
he
wait a
got
minute,
to get out the car?
wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm trying to figure out who that is. Wait a
The
minute.
beautiful black tall model looking lady with the midget husband. He used to be a athlete or something. And he said he was, or he a DJ now and a wrestler.
Oh,
Wait a minute, who is this?
I'm trying to remember
He
myself.
wrestles now.
What's she?
DJ Quick?
This is Love and what is it? DC.
Wait a minute, who is that?
DJ Quick?
You know the pretty girl who's always going off on everybody with her little husband.
Oh God, DJ, oh God, I know who you talking about. What's her name? Ashley?
Mini Ashley.
Imani,
You
that's
know
right.
he's a
That's
wrestler.
right. Imani said in the comments, DJ Fun Size. That's what Winter used to call him. Thank you, Imani and Sweetie Cry.
His DJ booth on the floor. he can't get up on nothing.
Let me tell you something. She is so thirsty for fame. She talked about she tried out for Bad Girls Club.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She is so thirsty and thinks her life is so interesting, and it isn't.
Mm.
I can't get over that little husband on her when she was on that exercise bike and he came in there. He was the size of the seat she was sitting on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
At least she didn't have to get an extra character for the wedding cake because he was right there on top of it. And
Yeah,
he's unattractive. He think he can fight everybody. So he got the little man complex. And
right.
he jumped off the top rope.
Because they had the couple from Ready to Love, that's a hot mess, that got married, and she actually got mad that Ashley told somebody that she was married. Don't nobody care about y'all.
Oh yeah, the light skinned girl.
Yeah, don't nobody care about y'all. She's another one that's male identified.
Oh my gosh.
Her husband got all that money, but he can't get his teeth fixed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I got a question for you, Sky.
Okay.
Christy in the comments say put her on Wags. Have you looked at Wags yet?
I heard about it from Chris.
Girl, look, I have not finished all the episodes, but Sherelle played herself and she's been on an apology tour with the girl Stoney. She's not being her authentic self. It's nothing but another bootleg Basketball Wives.
It's on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix.
That's something I will be doing this weekend. I was supposed to be packing, but I'm gonna be lacking.
Yeah, I kind of looked at Sherelle a little different. It was like, girl, you making
Is
this.
that the one with Ocho Cinco?
Yeah.
So this is the show she was bragging about?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. They have a scene, and she had the nerve to say a comment on her Instagram. Oh, that was just a joke. She and Ocho are out to dinner with their lawyers, right? And she talking about she want 25% of Ocho's podcast with Shannon Sharp. And he looked at her and she keeps saying now, well, this was a joke and I didn't mean this and this was production. But see, people are taking seriously what she says. They tried to accuse her of colorism. I thought that was a reach because there's a girl on there, Stoney. She is the first mother of Rick Ross' children. She's the first one. She was the one. You remember when 50 Cent was beefing with Rick Ross?
He took a car?
And he put out a sex tape of Rick Ross's ex?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was her. She was not with Rick Ross. She was with another guy. And the guy got mad and sold the tape to 50 Cent. So she got like a bunch of money from that. She has like a boutique.
Yeah.
So when the show first starts off, Sherelle has the audacity to say, well, I don't really want her in our circle because, she did a sex tape. And the other girl is like, that was revenge porn. So people automatically went to colorism because Stony is she's a pretty sister, brown complected.
Mhm.
Like I guess it's Tisha up here, like same shade that Alex got up here. Okay.
Mhm.
So I wasn't gonna call the colorism thing, but the whole thing looked like somebody told Sherelle, this is what you need to do. Sherelle tries to come back and say, well, I heard she was talking about me. Girl, Sherelle, you pushing 40 and you acting like a 17-year-old and you talking about a reputation. Don't get me wrong. Ocho was fun. He a nice looking brother. He got a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women.
They said they got like 10 or 12 kids together. Like
Well,
all together, it's about 10 or 12 kids.
she has about 3 or 4. She's been married twice. See, what she's messing up. I mean, the girl was in the military. I mean, she got this real estate because
Wow.
she had her other show during the pandemic selling Tampa. But that didn't get renewed on Netflix. That was back during the pandemic. I watched it. It was cool, it was all right.
Well, maybe they should have changed the theme music to Floridian Secret.
But see, the problem with selling Tampa was they didn't sell a house on it. I didn't like the
They
fact,
should have told the secrets. They
yeah,
should have told them secrets on
the Floridian secrets. So on this show, it's I think the thing is she and Ocho talk a lot about their relationship in the public. And see, sometimes they're
there.
sarcastic, and what they don't realize is everybody in the public ain't intelligent, so they take you seriously. Like, she got up on Twitter and said they ain't together no more.
And he plays a lot too. Like you can't even when he was with Evelyn, you seen the immaturity in him a lot. And
Right.
it's like, are you sure you're a father? Because
Yeah.
he's very petty and he got to be in front of the camera all the time too.
Yeah. But see, I think the thing is also with Sherelle that I noticed, see, Stony is pretty. Stony is a nice chocolate sister, brown, pretty. That's Ocho's type. Because remember, OG, I'm your
Mhm.
favorite athlete's favorite athlete.
Everybody's favorite athlete
And see,
with
Stony,
with another toe G, another
yeah,
person with a toe.
yes. And see, Stony and Sherelle, they had an interview with Jesse Wu. They're like talking, right? Like they've kind of gotten cool and made up. Because see, Stony, in retaliation for what she did on the show, she said on the show, I don't know what she talking about when she was in a group chat with all the women that Ocho is messing with.
Mm.
They're supposed to be getting married in a week or two. If it still
What?
happens. Yeah, because she got on Twitter and said, quit tagging me with Ocho. He's a free lady. He's a free man, ladies. And here's the funny part. She said, hope you don't catch nothing. Well, remember, she
Yeah,
did an interview
I
with
remember hearing
Carlos
that.
King because she was
Mm-hmm.
trying to get some type of deal with Carlos King
He was.
for a
I saw
show.
that.
Wags is a I haven't finished it. It's a nice little Kiki. It's a girl on there that has 2 babies by Kodak Black. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And you see, the other day, they jumped one of the baby mamas.
Oh
She's
yeah.
a very
See,
pretty black girl too.
yeah, Marjay. But see, they had her mother on there. I think her mother is Italian, and basically she said her daddy was robbing in the streets, got sent to jail. Then I think the mama got sent to jail because I think her mama looks Italian or something. She was raised by her grandmother. The grandmother died when she was in the 7th grade. She went back and basically said Kodak Black waited till she was 18
Yes, she did
before
say
he
that.
started talking to her.
She did say that. I remember hearing that. Yep.
Yeah, so it's it's just like we talked about. Can we see more about the businesses? She shows a little bit
Yeah.
like the ladies on there. They do show a little bit of their businesses, but it's like a basketball wives.
She sounds very, very what was her name? Chris Christian from Basketball Wives. She sounds like she's so thirsty. She's willing to say anything. Just like
Yeah,
she said that about Malaysia, saying that Jackie was talking about her kids and saying she always added something extra to the story all the time. And it's
yeah,
like, why do you that little thing that you added make a big difference
Yeah.
in what's actually relayed?
See, Sherelle's issue is, see, it's okay to do reality, but you still need to keep some things to yourself. She
Right. That's a proof.
she admitted on her Humble Betty's YouTube channel that she was married. Her marriage was basically over. It wasn't like no official divorce or nothing. And she reached out to Ocho in the DMs because
Thirsty.
she was dumb. So of course, the first thing the public's gonna be like, you foul, you cheated on your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And see, it like she talked a little too much. And then she's got this thing. I have an issue with women that always holler about they're a boss bitch.
Oh,
Or I'm a boss bitch. I'm a bad businesswoman. No, honey, you're a woman in business. And when you got it going on, you don't have to scream boss bitch, because she has this thing about being dependent on a man. And I think the problem is it's a little too much masculinity.
wow.
Like, she doesn't know how to use her femininity in
She's
business.
showing her Robert.
Yeah. It's I mean, I will admit she does kind of know she kind of has some issues. My thing is, you need to get them issues resolved before you go on a reality show.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this a watch right now. But I see with Sherelle's personality, I already don't like her from the interviews that I have watched of her, and she does have that. If she don't get on camera soon, she gonna say something that's gonna get her on camera soon.
Well,
So you
see,
can't really,
well, see,
kind of go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, see, I watch Nightcap with Uncle Ocho, especially toward the end, because they funny and they talk real issues toward the end. And she would kind of pop up. Then Ocho would kind of put her on, and he said as a joke, but I don't think he was joking, about you gonna blow her head up. Now,
Mm.
now she's like under Shannon Sharp's, media company, like their podcast or whatever. But
Yeah, I heard about that.
how can I put? She seems to be nice, but I think it's just you got to know how to chill. And she talks about, well, I was somebody before Ocho. Yeah, she was making money, but no one knew you.
And we still don't. If you would, I thought you was finna say Sherelle from dating one of the Temptations. I really had no idea you was about to say something about her.
Yeah. And I think it's just, see, I'm just one of these type of people. You got to stand in it. If you're going to break up with somebody publicly, break up with them, shut up, don't talk about them.
Right.
And so some people are saying that they're just doing this for publicity, which I don't
Yeah,
understand.
she went straight to they actually went on. She came on to Shannon Sharp's show with Ocho Cinco, and they both admitted that it was a joke and that he knew about her signing the deal
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember seeing that. See, it's like it's too much playing around. And see, everybody in the public, they're not gonna take that as a joke. I'm just one of these with women. I just don't like when you down somebody that you used to be with. Take that L in silence and move on. Okay, just like Christy said earlier, Tia Kemp went off on Stoney and Sherelle. I look at Tia Kemp like the biggest idiot in the world. You let Rick Ross impregnate you.
Why would
Brain
you
is
get
quiet.
pregnant
belly fat.
Yeah.
Why would you get pregnant with that?
with that?
On the show, Stoney does not talk bad about Rick Ross. She's more mad at 50 Cent and the other ex, that she was doing a sex tape, she with a man, like that. But I look at Tia Kemp like, but you let him impregnate you.
And she's so mad. Your son, 19 years old in 38 days. And you still mad. And you can't, every single thing that comes out them teeth is about, I'm so tired. Why don't she own some lemon pepper right now? I'm tired. I'm
Oh,
tired.
oh my God. Everything that comes out those teeth.
Yeah.
She
It's
can
like,
roast, but
Ah,
by the time she go across them teeth, you didn't forgot what she was roasting about. It's like, it's what was she saying? It's I don't. Oh God, she remind me of DJ Academic. Sometimes sometimes you can just
Ooh.
have too much of her.
Yeah, the P file. Maybe
The
Did Twitch chew him up and spit him out?
Girl, they kicked him off the
the Twitch,
platform.
the Twitch Diddy.
The evil,
Talk
evil.
about he can't lose, you can't take nothing from him. I'ma still be rich. They start dropping him like you said. What did you say, Alex? People start dropping off of Carlos like what? Oh, vaginal diseases.
Oh, women started walking away from Carlos like they walk away from bacterial vaginosis.
Oh my God. See,
A bad flip
I
flop.
think the problem with him, as I call him evil Teddy Ruxpin, and I'm gonna say this is allegedly, I notice these men are so mad that they are attracted to other men that they're just mad at women. They hate women. Because I'm sorry, I can't think of no man that's sitting up here that is heterosexual asking a kid those questions.
And it wasn't even just if he wasn't heterosexual. It was the degree of where can I get him to say yes and let me do it.
Yeah,
It was like it won't work here. I'm gonna turn here.
You're right, Scott. I didn't want that to come out the wrong way. You're right. I didn't want it to come out rated only a
No, I understood what you were saying because
right.
I've listened to it over 15 times just so I can understand exactly. He was asking the question. He had about 15 sidekicks in there, and the child don't speak English, so he's using an app. He's not from here. He's from one of the stands, like Gagastan or somewhere over there. And his mother died when he was very young, so he's raised by his father.
Mm-hmm.
And so he don't have any friends like the rest of them on there. And so when I was listening to it, it was almost like he was trying to find the right key to go into to the lock. And
Okay.
at the end of the day, it made me feel like you tried to open, and it was serious. You tried to open a virgin box and do it online to where it was humiliating for him and for people on there just to play the game and
Got
and,
you.
and chill.
Yeah. Sky, do you look at Beverly Hills? Alex,
Did
can we
you
talk
just
about
ask
Beverly
me?
Hills?
Did you just ask? Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing.
No, go ahead,
I'm
say
just
something. Because we getting kind of serious and dark. We gotta lighten it back up.
you know what? Because you know what? I heard a few things about Sutton's new pop out and show out on people this season, and I would have to say that she's a hairline fracture from Erica getting on her.
Let me tell you
It's
something
gonna
about
happen.
Sutton. I see why Sutton's husband divorced her.
Oh,
Because
Wait,
this season
hold on, wait, no.
she seems challenged because
Hold
Miss
on,
Tilly is eating her
hold
butt
on.
up on everything she had. Miss Tilly got to eat
On.
more.
I want us to come right back because I want to retitle the episode that.
okay.
We're going to be right back. I'm going to put the live up.
It's
It's going to be called.
Okay. So we're gonna close this. We're gonna
Husband.
close this and come back.
Yeah, we're gonna end this live. And we're gonna come because the new live is going to be called "Why Sutton's Husband Divorced Her." That's what we're calling it. I will see y'all in 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
Gotcha.
New
Okay.
live.